This is a topic I'm super passionate about. It's why those of us who've experienced childhood abuse or trauma have unique relationship to spiritual practices. Let's lay it out and get really clear on this. For those of us who experienced childhood abuse, we probably disassociated. We zoned out. We were in the clouds in order to survive our childhood. That tendency comes right up against the message in spirituality of we must transcend the self and ego. Number one, for those of us who experience childhood abuse, we may have no sense of who that individual self is. That's quite different than a person who comes from a loving family, from a family who knew that their parents had their back under all circumstances, they knew that through life's ups and downs, they were not going to be judged for their actions. For a person who's experienced childhood abuse, that's different for us. We never developed that inner sense of self. So when we come up against these messages of just transcend the ego or transcend the self, we're furthering a childhood coping mechanism of disassociation. We need to differentiate the self first, to learn about the self first, to develop inner voice first, and then spirit follows. So our job, our spiritual practice, is to largely differentiate ourselves intellectually and emotionally from our family of origin. I'm not talking fisticuffs, I'm not talking rebellion, I'm not talking rugged individualism. I'm speaking in a place where we develop our own inner voice, we differentiate ourselves from the family of origin while recognizing that we have a desire for connection and we have a desire for social yumminess, as it were. Okay? So our relationship to the spiritual practice will be different. We don't want to do more zoning out, more disassociation, more bypassing. Our job is to come to the authentic sense of self, the authentic inner voice, and then follow spirit. Stay present and follow spirit. All right, for those of us who experienced childhood abuse, we were also primed for group family think. So the family unit, in the family unit, there may have been a message of, shh, don't tell anybody. This is our group think. This is our family think, right? And in spiritual practice, there is also group think. At its worst, it's a cult. The way that it kind of seeps in most often is we'll go to our community, but that community may be in group think as well. So let's say we reach a plateau in a spiritual practice and we're up against a barricade. We'll go to our group, but the group's immersed in group think, and the group may say to you, if you're up against that barricade, well, just hold tight, wait for a breakthrough, persevere. And that message in and of itself may be particularly frustrating. You also may be with a teacher who says, well, that's karma. And a person who's had been abused may say, wow, it's more my fault. It's my bad karma. It's my fault again. Wow. Let's stop that. Back it up. Maybe the practice is, again, to move towards self-differentiation, not to be going more toward the extension of family groupthink to community or cult groupthink. Perhaps the practice is to back it up. I'm going to develop my inner voice step by step. I'm going to learn to differentiate myself. I'm going to learn who I really am. Am I merging into that groupthink, or am I backing off and being discerning and learning where I stand in life? It's as simple initially of, do I like red or do I like purple? Start with the easy things. Do I like red or do I like purple? Do I like to swim or do I like yoga? Or, to what degree? Maybe you like both. But just starting with the simple questions. Do I favor dogs over a cat? I mean, you might love all your animals, but maybe you favor cats, maybe you favor dogs. Starting with the simple questions. Okay. A third thing to think about is diversity of experience. In diversity of experience, we grow. Part of your brain grows. You grow your mental capacity. If we grew up in a family that was abusive, it was single line thought. This is the way we go. This is the only way to go. There's harsh judgment. This is the way to go. We want to break out of that and come to the experience of diversity of experience, taking in our world, hearing our friends' experiences, taking in different teachings, different methodologies, and letting it all soak in. Because we came from a rigid background. So in the letting it all soak in, there'll be a place where you'll start to navigate toward different practices and different teachings that you just know really work for you. It's no longer rigid, I must follow this, and if I don't, I'm in trouble. It's more like, wow, there's this diversity of experience, and my mind feels open, and my heart feels full, and I'm enjoying my friends' opinions, and I'm enjoying discovering more about myself. And as you discover more about yourself, you also develop a unique inner compass where you start to treasure your experience or your opinion while also hearing and enjoying the experiences of others. This is where I stand on a certain issue, and I also hear that my friend has a different experience, and that's okay with me. It's magical. So I encourage us all to seek diversity of experience. Your brain grows, your mind grows, your heart grows, and therein you'll start to navigate toward your true north. It's amazing. I love to talk about this stuff. I love to share it with you. And if you've been abused during childhood, you're going to know what I'm talking about. For those of you from loving family origins, you're going to be like, what? Does that really happen? It does. All right. I hope this video was meaningful and helpful for you today. That's always the purpose of my videos, is to help, to serve. And I hope that you'll leave your comments below. If you're inspired to leave your comments or be in touch, let me know. I also want to know what you'd like to see in future videos. See you soon.